the U.S. Senate race, you know, as this point in time, John Kennedy, the treasurer, leads by over 20 points over congressmen, and yeah. Why don't you just give us
my thoughts would be, the word would be caution. Why? Because at this time last year, Bitter in a survey Southern Media did jump to 39 because of Common Core, and he was at the forefront of it. John Kennedy is obviously benefiting from the budget debate and whether we have a spending problem or a revenue problem. He is all over radio and TV. He's taking advantage of it. How long will this how long will this fight last? The Common Core was good for Bitter, but it didn't last through the election. And so my point is that caution, being 31 or 32% right now is well and good, but you've got a long time to go. None of these people have spent a nickel. You've got 2 congressmen and who are heavyweights. You've got 2 Democrats whose numbers are vastly understated because of the Democrats don't know them, blacks don't know them. 40% of the Democrats hadn't made a decision. So the picture in this poll is distorted towards someone who is really well known.
Sure. At this point in time in the election, sure. Although Kennedy took advantage of it with his email asking for money, saying, "Hey, look how well we're doing," and look, I mean that's the thing to do, for sure. One last question. That is, I'm looking at a scenario. Okay, John Kennedy has been the as you said, the point man saying, "Hey, we have a spending problem. We don't have a revenue problem." Legislature hasn't found any money. Okay, I mean, they haven't.
Right.
The Republican-controlled legislature hasn't found any money. If we go and we don't raise any taxes come September, October, and if things were a mess in terms of not knowing, in terms of the universities, TOPS, in terms of the hospitals, and you have a meltdown because you don't have the money, is he going to get the blame?
Well, that's a good, that's my point about caution. He's very well known, much better known than anyone else. He's benefiting from this gigantic fight we're having.
Sure.
The legislature and the governor and state governments, hospitals, everybody's involved in this fight. But the one of the things that's benefiting him right now is when you say that there's no money. What I think helps him is that every time they announce that we have the deficit is shrinking, John Kennedy looks like a genius because he keeps saying, this is not the case. More revenue is going to be available. The price of the price of gasoline, oil is going up. The tax credits, a lot of those tax credits have been used up. Kennedy is hedging his bet by not saying we're broke. He's saying that we're asking for a lot of money when we know they're not telling us that a lot of money is on its way to Louisiana and the deficit's not as big as we say it is. You're correct. That's a one-trick pony, and if something happens and that's not the big issue, then then he doesn't have that quite that. I don't know if it would. I'm not going to say that it would blow up, but is it what your point is it enough to get him over the finish line? It could hurt him. But I think the bigger question is that issue going to stay strong enough for him to dominate the Senate election? And that's the big if.
Yeah, that's absolutely.